Hi, welcome to INTERGENDERACTION, an Erasmus Plus project funded by the European Commission. In this chapter, we will talk about gender diversity in linguistic inclusivity and how to use language in a respectful way for gender identity and diversity. Every word we use conveys a message, often beyond our intentions. Language is not only a tool for communication, but also a powerful vehicle for social values, cultural norms, and representations of the world. When we talk about gender-inclusive language, we mean a communication style that does not discriminate based on gender and that recognizes and values all identities, avoiding the use of expressions that exclude or invisibilize certain categories of people. For example, constantly referring to only male words in mixed contexts implicitly suggests a male norm, relegating other identities to a secondary or invisible role. This is not just a stylistic detail. Words shape the perception of reality, and perpetuating androcentric language contributes to maintaining an imbalance of power. In the world of work, the choice of words can make the difference between including or excluding male and female colleagues. Inappropriate language can generate discomfort, fuel stereotypes, and compromise the sense of belonging of team members. On the other hand, using careful, respectful, and inclusive language can increase trust, improve collaboration, and strengthen corporate culture. According to a McKinsey report, 2021, companies that invest in inclusive practices, including linguistic ones, see an increase in employee satisfaction and better team performance. And it's not just about using asterisks or schwas, it's about adopting a communication style that is aware, open, and respectful of diversity. In concrete terms, how can we build inclusive communication? First of all, by adopting careful writing. Let's avoid the generic masculine. We can use neutral words such as the person in charge, the team, the staff, or dual forms, the participants, the students. And where possible, let's pay attention to the declination of professional roles: engineer, director, doctor. These terms exist, they are correct, and represent a reality. Another important front is the digital one. In email, chat, or video conference communications, we can show care by declaring our pronouns, such as Luca, he, him, or Maria, she, her, especially in international environments. Many platforms, from Zoom to LinkedIn, now offer the possibility of including them in your profile. Concrete tools? In addition to glossaries and guidelines, more and more companies are adopting inclusive language review software such as Gender Decoder or WittyWorks, which help identify potentially discriminatory or exclusive expressions in documents, announcements, and internal communication. Training is also crucial. Including modules on inclusive communication and onboarding, leadership, or HR courses not only improves the quality of corporate language, but helps build a more attentive, thoughtful, and cohesive organizational culture. People feel recognized, valued, and respected. Finally, it is worth remembering that linguistic inclusivity is a process. It is not about becoming perfect, but about being aware, about making better choices every day, to ask, listen, correct each other with respect, to use words to open doors, not to close them. Adopting inclusive language is not just a matter of formal correctness. It is a cultural choice which can profoundly transform the working climate. Inclusive language fosters an environment in which people feel seen, respected, and legitimized, reduces communication barriers, and stimulates empathy between colleagues. Furthermore, promoting linguistic inclusiveness can prevent tensions and conflicts, since many misunderstandings or frictions arise precisely from poorly formulated, ambiguous, or perceived as exclusionary messages. Language has the power to build bridges or raise walls. In an increasingly diverse and interconnected world of work, learning to communicate inclusively is a key skill for managers, team leaders, and collaborators. It is not just a matter of words, but of respect, representation, and cohesion. And every word counts. That's all for this episode. Thanks for listening to our Intergenderaction podcast, and remember, if you want to keep learning about intergenerational and gender diversity and inclusion, visit our official website intergenderaction.eu, and don't forget to follow us on our social media. Funded by the European Union. Views and opinions expressed are, however, those of the authors only and do not necessarily reflect those of the European Union or agents, Erasmus plus France, Education Formation. Neither the European Union nor the grading authority can be held responsible for them. This work is licensed under the Creative Commons Attribution Share Alike 4.0 International License. To view a copy of this license, visit http://creativecommons.org. Licenses by SAA 4.0. Logos are excluded from this license.